Thank you, everyone, for coming. And I do want to say thank you to my colleague, Dawn Davies, for unfortunately having to be back here again talking about something that we thought wouldn't happen and that we had learned from the past. So I just want to thank you, Dawn. And of course, I'm here because this clinic is opening up in my riding. And I guess I do want to make it clear that I'm very much in favor of encouraging business development, investment, and economic growth in my riding. But there are factors, obviously, that you have just heard related to this plasma clinic that set this business apart from any type of smart governance, any kind of healthy economic growth that I want to see in my riding. Of course, the first is the troubling precedent this clinic sets in an ongoing effort in my province towards privatization of healthcare in my home province, of course, and which is one reason why this company targeted Saskatchewan. And secondly, it preys on the most vulnerable in my riding, and this is a factor that we simply cannot ignore. This clinic and the recent opening of a pay-for-service MRI clinic highlight an unfortunate turn towards privatization as the answer to, as a way to enhance access to healthcare service, in spite of all the evidence we know to the contrary. In my province, in my riding, we are extremely proud to be the birthplace of universal healthcare in this country, and we believe we certainly have no interest in being the first to welcome the for-profit collection of blood products. I want, and people in my riding want, everyone to have access to the very best in healthcare. We want to preserve the voluntary system of blood product collection because we know it is the safest. My community wants to know that we have learned from past mistakes and that we continue to follow the recommendations from the Crever Commission. And we want to encourage innovation and the entrepreneurial spirit. A for-profit clinic is only beholden to its owner's bottom line, not the well-being of people that live in my riding or patients. There is an inherent conflict in allowing for-profit operators into a publicly funded healthcare system that seeks to provide medical services for patients regardless of their income level. Startup businesses need to have different orientation to risk. They need to have a higher tolerance to risk. But when it comes to the blood product supply and our tolerance to take risks, the risk tolerance in my community, and as we've heard from the speakers, obviously, and rightfully so, do not match because people's lives are at stake. And I believe Canadians don't wish to take that risk again. My riding in particular is home to some of the poorest communities in the province. If we want better health care in Saskatchewan and better health care for Canadians, we need to address the numerous inequities in that province and in my riding. Private for-profit services won't do a thing to make our health care better. And frankly, it'll actually make our healthcare system worse and make people's health worse. The federal government needs to reaffirm, as we've said, its commitment to public health care across the country by disallowing for-profit clinics like this one. I want to remind the Liberal government that they have an obligation to protect our healthcare system and to protect Canadians by upholding the pillars of the Canada Health Act and by providing national leadership to my province. And I want to know when the minister will act. Thank you.